Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning.
Hey man,
Women.
hey man, bruh. No one told me how hard it was to be a man. I had closer relationships with the women that I met in the bathrooms at clubs than I do as a man. Because you're not a man, bro. You a woman, dog. That's funny, bro. It's funny because men be out here complaining, rightfully so, how difficult it can be to be a man because life is hard. That's why it's hard to be a man, because life is fucking hard when you're a man, bro. Ain't given to you. You gotta go out there and earn it. You know what I mean? But you out here crying because you soft. You out here crying because your chromosomes is different. You out here crying because you relate to women more than you relate to men, so you can't find other fellas to kick it with. They ain't got nothing in common with you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a trans man trying to get in my circle, bro, like, I mean, I give you the benefit of the doubt. You can, but I don't imagine we'd have anything in common. What I'm gonna talk to you about, bro? And we don't communicate like that. We ain't all soft and open and vulnerable, and we don't get down like that, bro. So it's like, yeah, it's probably really lonely for you. But then I'm like, it shouldn't be with as many other men out there, or with any other individuals that are similar to you out there. There's a lot of them out there right now. So why can't you just gravitate to them? All right, other trans men, or gay men, or butch lesbians or something. But him crying like, yeah, dog, man, get your motherfucking. That's. Hold on, man. Let me see if I can get through more of this, dog.
They're just so much more vulnerable and deep. But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to have people want to hug us. And to have people want to talk to us.
Shut up. Hey, shut up. We knew what it was like to have depth. We knew what it was like to have people want to hold. Like, bro, I see my homies. Hey, bow, bro, hug. You know what I mean? Get this shit out of here, dog. Get this shit out of here, bro. I mean, but then I'm like, am I being too hard? Am I being too hard, dog? Like, you a trans man. This is a trans experience. And I can't deny it. I'm not going to, like... What I got issue with is you saying no one told me it was gonna be this hard to be a man. You ain't a man, bro. You a trans man, so your experience is entirely different. So don't be trying to combine that or conflate that with the real man experience, bro. The real man experience is entirely different, dog. The real man experience out here, the motherfuckers being depressed and deleting themselves and can't get right and all that. That's for a whole different bomb of reasons. It's because life is hard for men. You different, dog. You coming this motherfucker with the old empathetic, vulnerable, open ass, soft ass mind, bros. You probably navigate through this soft, woke ass world a whole lot easier than men. Y'all knew what the hell y'all was doing sending this shit to me.
Us. And have a community. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street so that they're not near you.
Oh my god!
And friendships are so much.
Oh my god! I mean, it's relative though. I mean, I can't help but laugh. It's relative though. Like if you ain't had that experience, you don't know what that feels like to feel it. You know what I mean? But I can't do. I'm just gonna shut up and just finish listening to this person talk.
Harder to build, and people are colder. What's hard is none of this invalidates how real and raw women and people who are in marginalized groups feel about cis white men. All of that's valid. But I also now understand why the suicide rate is so much higher.
What did he just say?
And people are colder. What's hard is none of this invalidates how real and raw women and people who are in marginalized groups feel about cis white men.
Oh, so you're gonna continue to perpetuate that bullshit. Women and people of color or marginalized people how they feel about cis white men. You know, cis white man is demonized. We perpetuating that, but at the same time, it's just so lonely and hard to be I don't know. Are you straight or no? You ain't a heterosexual white male. He's trying to be, but like you're doing two things at once. You're perpetuating that bullshit by demonizing the straight white man, but then at the same time got the nerve to complain about the struggle of what you perceive as being a straight white man. Like, how do those two work together? It's either as hard or it's not. Because if the straight white male is demonic and privileged as they're making it seem in the mainstream media, then it shouldn't be that hard to be a straight white man, bro. You shouldn't be lonely. Everything should be given to you. You should be able to make all the friends because the majority of the states is straight white men. What you crying about, dog? What you crying about?
But I also now understand why the suicide rate is so much higher in men. Because this shit is lonely.
Yeah, but the straight white male or men, real men, are not deleting themselves because of what you're going through. You going through the trans man experience, not being accepted by real men. And I can empathize for that because it isn't like the suicide rate or the suicide rate amongst trans folks the highest. I don't know, like black trans folks or white trans folks, whatever. I know it's high. So it probably has something to do with this, right? So I don't want to minimize that, but I'm only saying that because he's saying that's why, or he can understand why men delete themselves so much. No, you can't, because what you're experiencing is not what men experience. You're having an entirely different experience because you looking through the lens of a woman. Even though you think you were, man, you just said I need to be more vulnerable and held, and I was closer to girls in the bars. Men don't think that way, so.
Emotionally mature man. I know how to build friendships, and it is still really, really hard. Try to think about how you can, in your small little community where you feel safe, can reach out to the men in your life and just help them feel maybe seen for a moment, or do little conversations to help their emotional maturity.
Yeah, man, I'm done with this. Yeah, you just soft, dog. You just soft, bro. It is what it is, man. Just find some more trans, man. You be all right.